Welcome back to the Daily Cup. I'm your host, Sisk, with your co-host, Slanky, and your host, Eternally. So, we have a guest today, Father Elias. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, so, start off, what do you guys think of the whole engine failure over Broomfield that one day? I believe it was yesterday, where there's debris
Um,
falling over Broomfield in Denver.
I think the pilot was like extremely calm for one of his engines basically blowing up. And like, did you guys hear the Mayday call? He didn't like scream Mayday. He was like, "Yeah, Mayday. We
Yeah,
have to turn back."
I have to give props to the pilot for being so chill about it.
Yeah, and if you looked at a video of it, it was only the outside of the actual engine because if the full engine came off, that would have been a whole another disaster.
I actually have a video of inside the plane where somebody was recording the wing while it was blowing up.
Yeah, and that's the thing to me, like how you could see the engine was still on fire.
Yeah, surprisingly, it landed probably like 200 yards away from my house. Sadly, couldn't get like any piece of it, but you could see it if you walked probably
Well,
just
yeah,
a few
well,
hundred
but I think
yards.
they also requested people not to like pick up any parts or anything.
Oh yeah, talking about that, one of my hockey teammates brought a piece of the plane to our game today, which was it was a bit interesting. It was much weirder than you would think it would be, but
Oh yeah,
it
actually,
wasn't.
speaking of Rufus here, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Rufus.
Slanky, 7. What do you think of the whole plane incident?
I don't think it was like I don't think it was too crazy. Like I okay. My dad was like, they landed a plane on the Commons. I was like, they landed a plane on the Commons? No way. And I thought, oh, dude, they just crash landed on the Commons and um, like a whole plane was just shattered everywhere. I was like, nah, we would have heard that. And a piece
Actually,
actually
it
just
was
in,
it was very loud though. You could actually hear the like engine explode. It was loud.
I couldn't hear it, dude, like at all, for some reason.
Oh, I could.
I think I'm a little too far to hear that.
You live pretty close. Oh, okay. So we have a question in the chat. So yeah, that is a little old, but what do you guys think of the PS4 recording chats? Even though it's old, but
I think at the beginning it was a bit over exaggerated because I think it was that the people, I don't think the actual workers recorded the chat, and I think if people can record it legally, then send it over to support or something like that. But
I don't
I
know
think it's a
why.
pretty,
I feel like that it's kind of an invasion of privacy. Like just recording the chat unknown. I know you're using PS4 service, but it's also unless it's like an immediate threat, there's no reason for them to record chats.
yeah, I personally think that if you recorded chats, like I think I'll be speaking for most people out there that you definitely don't want some stuff being leaked that you've said before.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like well then like well then they're gonna use the stuff that you said like in 2012 against you in a job interview in 2021. Like I feel like unless they haven't had like a bad past, like if they said stuff in their past, I don't think that should disqualify them for anything. Cause yeah, they were maybe just an edgy, stupid teenager at the time.
Yeah, if they were actually meaning like serious, true harm with it, then that might be a whole different ordeal. But I
Yeah,
don't think most people, and I could speak for probably most people, that they don't mean harm when they say that stuff.
yeah.
and like the problem with cyberbullying is, I feel like it's way overhyped and like people think it's way worse than it actually is because you can literally just turn off your like computer, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, like toaster, whatever you got. You could like turn, sorry, but you could turn it off and you'll never hear from them again if you just unadd them
That's the
or you
thing.
just
Yeah, like
unplug your
people
computer.
I like yeah. This might sound fucked, but people like killing themselves over like over online. Like just walk away from the screen. Like just don't talk to them again.
Yeah, this might be a sensitive topic. This is a
Yeah.
really sensitive topic because for some people, their
Well,
life is online because sometimes they have
well,
an
yeah, yeah.
awful life outside.
We
Foster.
Yeah, well, we're not trying to like say like it's a bad thing, but like I feel like that just like sometimes maybe everybody's in a bad mood and you just need to walk away. If everybody just needs to walk away, take a quick 30-minute break.
Yeah, and sometimes it might just be you're taking it the wrong way. Because personally, I've taken stuff the wrong way. I think pretty much everyone's taken stuff the wrong way. If you haven't taken stuff the wrong way, okay, you're how?
A psychopath.
Yeah,
Like-
you must be literally God himself not to take something the wrong way. But if you
Man,
just
I-
take something the wrong way, it might come off super sensitive to you. Then you might have like this whole ordeal. But
I think our like generation has like softened up a little. Like in 2013, 2012 COD lobbies, bro. Like if you were soft, then you're not playing the game. You're
Well-
not in game chat, bro.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
yeah, I think that. I mean, there's some things of our generation that I say they're like, I guess, make us, in quotation marks, stand out. But I mean, if we look at past generations, then we just look at like we look at like past generations, like what happened to them and like what they needed to fight for, and we look at what we do today. I think it's really petty.
And I think what quote unquote we need to fight for, like, they're not even on scale, in my opinion.
Like personally, I'm gonna bring up a little sensitive subject, but pronouns. I don't care. I really do not care about your pronouns. If it isn't something that's ridiculous, then I'll just call you. I'll call you whatever.
But like,
But
if you're like trying to force it down our throats, that's a different story.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I accidentally say it wrong once, or if I just say it wrong, just recorrect me. I'm not trying to offend you in any way. I'm just trying to figure. I'm going off. I'm just going off of what I think it is.
And like, if you don't freak out about it, if you're like super chill, you're like, hey man, I'm not a she her or I'm a they them. I'll be like, oh cool. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, the mistake it'll stay the same. That'll probably be one of the only mistakes I make because I won't do it again.
Yeah.
If it's But after you start start invalidating like actual pronouns like he, him, or they, them, then that's the point of a line that you've crossed. Or that's a
Yeah, that's the thing.
We got a question in chat. That Joe Biden was arrested for trespassing at the Capitol. Did that really happen?
Did that actually happen?
Did it? I did not hear about that.
I have never heard of this. What?
Oh yeah, I did.
Considering we didn't hear about it. I mean, here, somebody want to go look.
Oh,
and see?
claims he was. Oh wait.
Yeah, I'll go look it up.
Okay, so Fox News says Biden claimed he was once arrested for trespassing at the Capitol, I think. Yeah, at the age of 21.
I have never even heard about
This
this.
is the first time I've.
Oh,
heard about
that's from Fox News, which is they stand as a right-wing state, so we have to find a neutral one that says.
Yeah, if I can find it, I
So,
can't.
considering-
You go.
Considering that we've never heard about this, then we
And
won't
I'm
speak on it.
I'm
Yeah.
personally not getting another source.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the only
getting
one I'm
Fox-
finding is.
Yeah, Fox News.
It was 2 hours ago.
Oh wait, we got a question. We did get a question. Okay. Okay, what did you guys think about people trying to cancel Kermit the Frog?
Huh?
Okay, people are okay. So okay, here, hold on. So in the chat, somebody asked about talk about, not in the chat, but how people are talking about like canceling like Kermit or something.
Like the
What?
actor got fired?
No,
Or
like
something?
the whole puppet got like.
The puppet.
Here, hold on.
Like the green.
He got
Frog?
fired.
Yeah, the
The
dude
voice
got
actor
fired,
did.
but I don't see the correlation between him and the actual puppet.
Wait, what happened? Can someone give me some?
Okay,
Okay.
so so he was So so they're talking about canceling the Muppets. So
The Muppet.
Is it because the "Am I a Muppet or a Man" song?
okay, so he got fired for unacceptable business conduct.
Unacceptable business conduct.
So
All's go for it.
I'm gonna not you go here. I'm gonna keep looking into this so we don't.
Alls I'm
Like-
getting on that is, did Kermit the Frog die? Who killed Kermit the Frog? Did Miss Piggy and Kermit get divorced? And why did Kermit the Frog
Okay, so
get fired?
okay, so Spike Milligan was purged from the history. But what did he do? I feel like it was because of the one man song they did, and that
Yeah,
pissed
yeah.
people off.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's like.
I don't see anything else though. But
I don't know, my
that
sensitivity's
but
pretty
hold that
low.
thought. We are out of time. So we will have a 5-minute intermission, and we will be back with the coverage in Texas. So yeah, we will be back. Welcome back to the podcast. I have to change something. Give me 1 second. Not that. Alright, welcome back. I'm your host, Zeisk. Sorry for that. Now we have a new guest on. Welcome, Shadow.
Hello.
Tell us a little about yourself. Just tell the live a little bit about yourself.
Well, as my name kind of implies, Shadow. I am a Shadow, as per usual, as I just said. Well, sorry if words are a little bit jumbled, so I apologize if I cannot grammar today. But I am a Shadow, which I basically just... People always will imply, hey, does that imply me just staying in the dark all the time? Well, yes, that does kind of imply that. But I'm mainly a nighttime person, and I'm always just chilling, just vibing to anything. Music, playing video games, just chilling out.
Sweet. Alright, so you're from Texas, is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
So, did you heard about... So, how was the whole Texas blizzard down there? Like, what was your perspective on it?
Well, if I may say, it sucked. Sorry if I laugh a little bit. I'm kind of crazy. But I will say, the Texas whole blizzard thing, it was kind of like off the rails a little bit. The roads were absolutely shit. And the only vehicles you would really see out there is Jeeps, trucks, or anything lifted. Those would be the only vehicles that you would see out there, and it was freezing. The only time we really went out was of the house was like to go to really like just go take people to somewhere like essential.
Yo, Shadow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yes.
how does it feel like that you guys overreacted more than California?
I would not say we're overreacting.
Only lifted trucks for 2 inches of snow.
No, like the snow was that
You know
bad.
that
The snow.
Texas
No,
just
listen.
has lifted trucks in general.
Yeah, Texas has lifted trucks in general, but no, the snow was actually that bad. It was actually that bad.
My sister.
You could-
So, okay. Anyways. So, Rufus, what was your, like, what did you see from it all, Rufus? Like, so
I don't think it's an overreaction.
So, since your granddad lives in Texas, what's your perspective like with your granddad and everything living there?
I think that what's happening right now is actually not an overreaction because, first of all, I don't think they've had something like this probably in who knows how long.
At least
So
right.
it makes sense that these houses aren't insulated. These water pipelines aren't ready for like these huge blizzards, these huge freezes, and like these oil pipelines, which is like the huge main part of this. What is it? Huge power outage because I think 80% is made up of 80% of the infrastructure of Texas's power grid is made up of nuclear, coal, and oil.
Mhm.
So they were not thinking of this. I don't think they would think this would ever happen, nor happen in the near future. So none of them were prepared. It would make sense.
If I may add on to you, the city where I am, and I think the rest of Texas was doing this too, was they were doing rolling power outages to mainly conserve power for very high priority places, so hospitals, police stations, or any type of ward that is very very crucial. Because
okay.
I actually I can say that the power where I am, it went out for a little while. Like I had to do some work, but I did not have power at the time, so which means my network was down. So at that time, I'm like, okay, there's no point in just staying up, so I might as well just go back to sleep and wait till my power comes back on. So I think I went to sleep for about 2 more hours, and that's when the power came back on. So I think each power outage was like maybe 3 hours long, by my guess. I mean, that's as much as I can think of.
Yeah, and adding on to like what Rufus was saying about the thing, so how do you think that coal and nuclear and all these other power sources would, like, what would benefit these more? Because solar and wind won't really work.
Yeah.
I don't know. In this type of situation, there's not much you can do. You can't really do anything in that part of the country because there's no point in preparing for it again because it's not going to happen in the next, what is it, century?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen again. So there's no point in like preparing for this. It might not even happen at all. We don't know.
Alright,
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no point in that.
so going to a question in the chat if nobody else is going to talk about this. So, Shadow, somebody asked what is a shadow?
Well, that is one question I kind of get asked a little bit, but I don't mind answering it. So a shadow is like this. It's still a human being. Like we shadows, we are still humans. But the thing is that you can never tell if we are actually a shadow. The only time you can really tell is in the dark. And as the name implies, shadow, it's still human. Like shadows are still human, technically speaking. And I know like people get it mixed up for racism. So like, because you don't see any parts of our faces, you don't see any parts of our body. The main thing you see is our silhouettes. That is the only thing about us you really get to see. And yes, that is like, I get that question a lot. So a shadow is still a human being, but you don't see any parts of their face. Nothing at all. You don't get to see their eyes. You don't get to see their faces. The only thing you really see, like, that's like part of the body that you really do get to see is like, you do see the silhouette, like I said, but you do see their mouth glowing because it's still assigned where they still are human. Because the mouth is the only way for words to even come out, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so so do you have any questions about do you have any questions to ask any of us? Like me, Connor, Rufus?
I mean, the one question I have, it's like this kind of topic was on my mind for a little while. It's like I was kind of listening to a little bit of you guys. You guys were talking about like one crazy thing that was happening on over in Colorado. What was going on over there? Like, can you guys give me a little more detail on it?
Yeah, so Rufus or Connor, you guys want to explain some more?
Yeah, my keyboard ain't working right now, so we'll just deal with that. Which part of the Colorado? The engine?
Yes.
I mean, it's United. I don't know what you really expect out of them, but.
I mean, I can agree with you on that. United is kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie, because I went on their airlines a few times. Their quality was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I personally don't think that they hold themselves to the high standard. They don't hold themselves to high standards, or very big high standards compared to all these other airline companies like Southwest.
Yes. Southwest, I prefer that more than United because Southwest has actually like done way better. Like they actually like they're actually like good on like I've been able to give good feedback. Like they're like good company. They're a good airline company.
But what happened with this engine? It's definitely not going to help their their public identity because it's already not very poor with the Do you remember the Asian man incident where he got kicked off the plane?
Some doctor, yes.
Yeah, I would say that already just shoved their image into the ground. It didn't help at all.
It's not really, it's not necessarily United's fault about a mechanical failure.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, wait. If I may say, now that you say that, all planes like they do have to follow regulations and policies. They do have to follow them all, correct?
Correct.
So if they're supposed to be a good company, like you guys would always see ads and stuff all about United, right? All over the internet, all over on YouTube, Instagram, anything where you would find social media, or even on TV, right?
Yeah.
So if they're holding themselves to make it look like they're that good of quality, they need to live up to that name, and just make sure like they're like actually being good quality, making sure they're inspecting their planes before they even go off the ground, like before their even wheels go off the ground. They need to be making sure that their engines, mechanical, or everything about the plane, they need to make sure it's all working right before they even can leave the airport.
And I personally believe this might not even be a United issue. This might be, what is it? Was it a Boeing? It was a Boeing 777, huge plane, very big plane.
They were
it might be Boeing's fault.
They were going to Hawaii, and they had about 10. So I'm surprised that they were going to Hawaii out of DIA, because generally, if you're going to Hawaii, they would fly you out to the West Coast and then fly you out.
Yeah, I've seen those connecting flights, which I've actually went on one of them before. I went on one of those connecting flights. So I was going from Texas. I was going to Alaska. I went from Texas to Georgia to Seattle and then to Alaska, which I landed in Anchorage. I did that kind of thing. So you're saying that they did that kind of thing with if you're gonna fly out of DIA to Hawaii, you're gonna fly to the West Coast first?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would also say with these engines, it did exactly what it had to do. It since the whole engine was on fire, it shedded the whole outside of it. Then it turned off the engine itself so that nothing else happened. So that was perfect on the way that happened.
So,
Well, I'm not the type of person to assume everything. That's one thing I'll say, but possible sabotage, maybe.
So, looking.
'Cause, I mean-
So we have another question in the chat. So, what do you guys all think about this? Is the second crash in Broomfield?
To me,
Like plane
honestly,
crash?
it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy though, because city like planes to go down or whatever is to go down in cities, like helicopter crashes, plane crashes, anything like that. If they were to all go down in different parts of Colorado, which I lived there for a little while, I've never heard of any crashes there until I left to live in Texas.
I
Can't
really
lie.
think
Is
they're
it like the
wrong.
second plane crash?
Yeah, like they would need whoever asked that needs to be more specific. Because if it's like the
Pepsi
second plane
Man, be
crash-
more specific about. If you can give us a little more insight on it.
Yeah.
All right. So, there's another question in the chat. Somebody asked what your profile picture. Oh, wait here. Wait, we're gonna hold that really quick. So it was in 2018. Can we get a little more information, Pepsi Man? Shadow, this is a question for you. They asked
Okay, fire
what
away.
your profile picture is.
Well, Jesus, this is one question I've never really been asked. But to be honest, this kind of is it's kind of like me. It's kind of like a representation of me saying like, I'm kind of normal, but I'm not. Like I am kind of crazy, and people are trying to call me bluff on it, but it is actually not it's not a lie on that. I have actually been. I am kind of mentally crazy. I am actually mentally crazy. Like, and people try and call me like every single day I walk by somebody and I'm wearing all black. They always try and call me out and say, "Hey, you're a school shooter or something." But no, I'm actually not. I had one day I was in school. I was in a class. I was getting something out of my bag to get some paper for an assignment. Somebody tried to say, "Oh shit, he's pulling out a gun." I turn. I look at him. I'm like, "What the hell?" I may look like I'm wearing black, but I'm actually wearing black for a reason. Not because I'm emo, not because I'm depressed. None of that. No. None under any circumstance.
So I got more like information on this Broomfield plane crash. It was a small plane, some charter plane, that came from I think it was one of the local airports that are nearby.
Probably
And it
Rocky
crashed
Mountain.
it crashed in Anthem Ranch, and it killed 2 people.
Rocky Mountain. Wait, isn't that near? Isn't that like that one airport where it's like you're going down that road and it's on a hill?
Yes.
Okay, cause yeah, I've been there before. I've seen their
So,
planes
it's-
like take off in and out of there.
Yeah, it's where they do when it's fire season in Colorado and there's fires. That's where they fly tankers out of.
Like I've been there once. Like it wasn't like from my eyes from like the time I was there. Like it wasn't that big. But then like comparing it to like normal me now, it's like super giant. Like holy crap.
Yeah. So.
So as we look at this, it says that the wind speeds were up to 23 miles per hour, which is crazy fast.
Yeah.
And it looks like that there's a huge amount of downwinds and drafts, so this might be pilot issue. This might be a weather issue. It's a tiny charter plane. I don't think it could really stand much in the way of anything of that.
Like I
This
think
was
it was
a-
a misjudgment from the pilot thinking that we could fly in.
That he could fly in like high turbulence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
mean,
like
or Shadow,
if it-
back to your question, you said the plane, like engine malfunction might have been a sabotage.
it could have possibly been a sabotage because United is always focused on the quality of their customers, of like whoever flies on their airline. So knowing them, they should have their planes always inspected thoroughly. So that's why, like, possibly, like, to me, it could have been a sabotage. But I'm not sure, and I really don't have any like evidence to back up my statement. All I'm knowing is I'm just going off of the facts that I know of United.
Check chat quickly. I'm gonna look into this small plane
All right.
crash more.
Here's another question. This
What's
is
the
for you,
question?
Shadow.
All right,
It
fire
is-
away.
Psychopath.
It says, "Are you a psychopath?"
Not a full psycho. No, I'm just crazy.
Well, you heard it there.
All right. So Yeah, we need more questions. So ask us questions in our last 5 minutes of the podcast.
So-
do you have any questions for us?
Well, like, I actually had one. Like, I've heard some people, like, I've had like people like always say like, "Hey, anime sucks," but like, I want to know your point on it. Like, what's your point on anime? Like, do you like it or no?
Anime for me. I can't just sit down and watch it without like not understanding anything that's happening. It's just too animated and just like it just doesn't feel. It just feels weird to watch.
It just doesn't follow like normal story beats of anything. Story beats is like different points of like a show or a movie. Like, so you just don't, you can't make it out on that.
Zeiss, do you have it in
Yeah.
the right language? Like,
I don't watch it in English. That's for sure.
Oh, okay, that makes
that's
somewhat
why you
sense
can't
then.
understand it.
Well, okay,
You
no.
did-
See,
did you
okay,
not have
no,
subtitles
okay, no.
on?
Well, no, I have subtitles on.
Okay.
I watched it.
there's-
No, I
there's
watched
dub,
it in
by the way.
English, and it was like weird as fuck.
I watch
I would
like
say dub's not very good.
I watch anime only in English if I want to like hear the voices of how they sound without them sounding Japanese. But I do watch anime with subtitles on because I cannot turn them off automatically using the site that I use. But there are times where I will watch anime without subtitles, and it seems perfectly fine to me.
Anime
thing
for
about it-
me,
Okay, go ahead.
I literally watch it myself. I don't think there's. I personally like it a lot. I could see that because I've watched probably over, probably from March. I've probably watched over. Right now, I've probably watched over, let's say, almost 1,000 episodes of just like two of the biggest shows, Naruto
Dang.
Shippuden, and I'm on One Piece right now.
I'm actually to me like kind of right now. I finished. I'm still trying to be a weeb, but like I've still got a lot more animes I'm watching right now. I'm starting to watch Tokyo Ghoul right now, and I'm watching Classroom Assassination because those two are my favorite anime right now so far. But I finished Darling in the Franxx. I finished Rosario plus Vampire, and I've also finished the first season of Persona 5, the anime. I need to finish the second one, like the second season of it. Other than that, I'll have those animes done.
Well, anime for me, I would rather have my phone charger only work at certain angles than watch anime. So, it's
What's,
Yeah, I
what's
gotta
that
say,
about-
it seriously isn't something. It's seriously not for everyone. I'm gonna be
it's
fully
for-
honest with that.
True.
Like, I gotta say, most people grew up on it. Like, personally, I grew up on definitely watching anime. And
So we have 2 more minutes. So somebody in the chat asked Shadow, what is your sexuality? If you feel comfortable answering that.
all right, I will not be here for the rest of the stream. I will have to back out.
I kind of like whenever people ask me that because I am a shadow. I like how people ask me, but I let them try and figure it out. That's why I just kind of like it. I kind of laugh at it because I kind of like trying to let people decide what I am. So I just kind of leave it to them to decide, like to see if they can figure it out. That's why that's one of the key things I like about being a shadow is nobody can tell if you're a male or a female. That's one of the things I like.
And then Connor and Rufus. So people in the chat said you should watch The Promises Neverland, and Tokyo Ghoul is really good.
I have actually not watched The Promises Neverland. I need to watch that, which I will definitely consider it. Because the amount of anime I'm watching right now, I'll try and get to those soon.
So we have 40 more seconds. So any final things you want to add on, or
Like all of this, to me, like all this worldwide crap going on, like all the political stuff, and then like just the crashes in general. Like at first I thought 2020 was bad, but now I feel like 2021 is just turning into 2020 V2.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. So yeah, Connor, you got anything to add on?
Last night at baseball practice, I dropped a carrot down the stairs and someone stepped on it. So that's about it.
Sir. And Rufus, you want to add anything else?
He checked out. He
Checked out early.
He had to go
Alright. Alright, well, that's all the time we have. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, and your 2 co-hosts. Shadow,
Whoa,
your
we
guest.
got another question.
Oh
We
wait,
got
wait,
another
wait,
question.
wait. Here, okay, here. We're gonna keep it going for a little bit longer. Ask your question.
Okay, if people just keep sending questions, we'll just keep answering them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah. If you here, let's take a quick intermission break. 2 minute intermission, and we'll be back. We're gonna bring our other guest back on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yep.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. We are back. So if you guys keep having questions, we have both of our guests on currently.
Hello.
Father Elias and Shadow back. So, any of you guys got questions to ask each other or ask us?
I mean, like, I just started now talking with the other guests. Like, so, well, then sorry if my words are a little bit off. I apologize again, but I started saying, I kind of heard a little bit of what you guys were talking about. So, you guys are all mainly in Colorado, correct?
Okay.
Yep.
Like, I've had kind of curiosity because I've not really kept up with anything in Colorado. Has anything like else crazy happened apart from the crash?
You're asking about Colorado. It's like pretty boring state, can't lie.
It's like a really boring state.
Yeah.
There's not
Oh,
much
really?
that happens here all the time. Like sometimes it's kind of nice because you don't have a lot of drama around your state.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, at
like
the same time, you're pretty irrelevant. It's at least we're not like Iowa or
The one
something
thing
like
that
that.
happened
Damn.
in 2021 is we got exposed to Corona.
damn. Yeah, Corona. Like,
So okay,
If-
wait here.
Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and we're the first state to get exposed to the new strand of coronavirus, so that's
Damn.
cool.
I don't know if any has made it into Texas. I don't know if any has made it over here.
So, yeah, so Pepsi Man, or Father Elias. So, in the chat, you asked a question to Shadow, so do you want to ask it to him right now?
Yeah, I can. So you know how Corpse Husband, he's pretty much a shadow from what I've heard you tell me or tell everybody in the chat or
Well,
that on here.
I'm not like Corpse is not exactly a shadow. He's just a faceless YouTuber. Like people have asked to see his face, but the thing about that is he's one to keep his anonymity, and he's already like he's afraid of what will happen if his face were to be shown. My situation is different from that.
Okay, so my original question was, are you trying to be like Corpse? But now I
No.
know the answer.
No.
No. All right.
Alright,
Now, like, there's ways you can find my face, but you gotta look close to find me.
so are there any questions in the chat at all?
Random fire, by the way. We don't care what we get.
Anything, just nothing too political.
It could be about a Chipotle burrito, which I just had one.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Chipotle and how hard Chipotle slaps.
I mean,
Chipotle slaps.
If I may say, Chipotle is good. Like Chipotle is good. Like they do make some good food, but like there are times I want to eat there, but sometimes I don't want to. But like times that I do want to eat there is like if I'm in like a really weird mood. But like if there's times I want to eat there, I'll definitely go find time to go eat there. Because dude, they do some good food there. They do good food.
Yeah, I think
I'm more of
Chipotle-
a queso bonita guy, you know.
Yeah,
Ah.
I gotta say, you get that. I gotta say, their carne asada slaps. That
Yeah.
stuff is amazing.
But it's like
Hmm.
$8 extra or something.
Not what?
Dude, it's
It's the same price as steak, homie.
No, it's not, bro.
Yes, it
Actually,
is.
if I may
I
say,
just got one. It's the same price.
No way, you're shaman, dog.
if I may say, like, if someone were to ask you, if someone had to make you choose, if you had to go eat somewhere, if you had to choose, would you rather eat at Buffalo Wild Wings or would you want to eat at Chipotle? That's like one question,
Chipotle.
like somebody asked me once.
So
I would say
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ah,
It's like, it's. I would say it's seriously just okay. Okay is the best you can get out of it, and okay is the only best you'll get out
It's
of
just
it.
hella overpriced. It's $1 a wing, bro.
It's $1 a wing. You can
Me,
get
like
that-
the
what is
thing
it?
I love about Buffalo Wild Wings, they do really good. They do amazing burgers there. Their burgers are good, but they do good wings there. Like don't get me wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with like their prices. It's just like it's not like they make good food. It's just like it's like sometimes on the wings just cut down on the price. Like holy crap.
hold the
Yeah,
fuck.
for like
Calvin,
such
you still there?
mediocre wings, I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
And let's pause for a second. We just got 20 subs, boys. On the
20?
YouTube.
Oh nice.
Yay.
Yeah boy.
In a week.
In a week, I'd
Nice.
call that pretty good.
If no, I'm
I have
sorry if
absolutely
no
no
one
idea
got
who's
the
watching
Breaking Bad
right
joke.
Wait. What's going on?
Why not?
What's up?
Okay, so I think
What's going on?
one of the one person in Breaking Bad, like when they broke down on someone, they just like looked at their hands and just started like looking intensely, and they just said crack cocaine when they found drug dealer. I don't know why I said that, but you know.
That was so random. What the hell?
Dude,
Yeah, like I'm
Crack
to be honest.
cocaine.
I don't know
To me,
why.
I didn't really like. I didn't find that to be funny because I didn't get it. Like that's the thing. Like that's the thing about that joke. I really didn't get it. That was the thing. If I got
Yeah,
it, then I would have laughed. I'm like not even gonna lie. I would have laughed if I like understood it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
You know,
Breaking Bad ain't for everyone.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
You
Yeah.
just stare at someone's hands and you're just like, yeah, that dude's on crack.
No, we just
Uh,
Kind of now
So-
that you bring. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What I was gonna say was now that you say hand, like one thing that like really surprised me was like how much like you know how kind of like if I may bring this up, Charlie D'Amelio. What are your guys' thoughts on her, real quick?
Horrible.
Ain't-
Overrated. I
Very
think,
much
personally.
overrated. She doesn't even have talent.
I think she's
If I
bought
may,
it, if I'm being honest.
Give
Because
me
if you
2
look in her
hours of phone and the
subscribers.
dancing moves, I get that
chill. Let
would be
Calvin
amazing.
talk. Calvin talk.
Okay, so
Go
I
ahead.
think she's bought it because if you look into her followers and then you just scroll down through them a little bit, and then you look at the people's subscribers or followers or what they're following, she's not in that.
yeah, I've done that myself. I've looked through her followers. Like I looked at it firsthand, and I looked through, and she actually has bought followers. That is not like you're not wrong on that. She has actually bought followers. But yeah, like Brody said, or Zisk or whatever he wants to go by. But I've actually looked. I've looked through her videos. Her dancing sucks. If you want to talk about talent, shuffle dancing is what's harder to do. And I know for some people that dance, they can agree that shuffling is harder than that of what she does.
Like a crip walk.
No, shuffling. It's like it's another form of dancing where like it's a lot more advanced to do because you got to know footwork on how you do it. So if you were to look up this guy on TikTok, if you were to look up this guy on TikTok named Shuffles Jr., you would see the amount of time he takes to do his dancing. That's one of the ways I got inspired to do shuffling again. Was I would do it on my own time way before I even started TikTok. I would even just do my own shuffling for a little while. I'm still trying to get better, but yeah. If you want to talk
Yeah,
about
and I feel like
talent,
even
if you want to talk about
Okay.
talent, talk about my boy Shuffles Jr.
yeah, and I'm gonna say there's even stuff more advanced than that. And you know
Yeah.
what? I've seen it on TikTok before. I don't know how people aren't like that, have the same amount of followers. Charlie D'Amelio, who made this random dance, does it for 30 videos.
Yeah,
and
they are.
somehow out of all those
Sometimes-
videos, she probably gets over 300 million. It's ridiculous.
Sometimes she doesn't even make the dances. Sometimes she just steals them from actually creative people. Like she's not bad at dancing.
Yes. And she didn't like. I've looked through some of her videos, and one thing is, why is like the problem is I don't have Charlie D'Amelio blocked on my TikTok because a lot of overrated content creators I block them because I don't like seeing their stuff on my For You page because it's really annoying and really repetitive. So Charlie D'Amelio, what if like it's a weird form of shadow ban she is in because she has not appeared on my For You page because shadow ban, if I may say, it's not like being shadowed, but no, it's actually a form of being banned. But none of your stuff will hit the For You page. The only way your stuff will be found is if somebody goes to your profile or if they go to the following page and find you there. That's the only way
Well, it
you're.
is called a For You page for a reason. I personally haven't seen her in. Oh god, I haven't seen any of those dancing YouTubers in how long?
Yeah,
Because,
for like
when I
forever.
see those videos, I just instantly skip past them.
But what if it actually does have talent, though? That's kind of my
Yeah.
curiosity.
Yeah, if it's an actual
seen,
real good dancing video, I actually watch it. But if it's like Addison, Charlie, oh nah, I'm straight off the page.
Wait. Now that you say those names, what about Bella Roach?
Same
Bella
thing. She
Poarch?
just bounces her
Poarch.
head.
Or whatever. Dude, that was she was
just-
the only person who made that trend famous. That's the one thing I don't like about her is the rest of her videos suck. That was the only one that really caught attention out of the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much. If you look at Charlie's views per video, the views and subscribers or followers don't add up.
Exactly.
And
Wait. Now that you say that, I do my own content. And I'm not gonna plug any of it. What was I gonna say? I do videos that are like, I forgot my words again. Dang it! But what I was gonna say was, the views and her followers may not match up, but there is possibility she is using an app just to make her videos go viral instantly, which I have actually seen that a thing, and you can actually get banned for it because you're kind of breaking TikTok's guidelines and policies. Which one girl I watch, she's all about spitting facts, kind of like what I do on my TikTok, where she had one of her videos taken down and nothing was wrong with it. It was TikTok not doing their job, but their guidelines, like they're not even following their own guidelines. That's one thing I'll say about it. I can say because I do TikTok personally, and they haven't broken any of their guidelines when I'm recording, but when she was recording, TikTok does not follow their guidelines. That's the thing about it.
Alright, I think we're getting near the end here. Do we have any more questions?
So,
Anything
Calvin,
else to add?
do you have anything you wanna talk to? Say?
Nah, I'm done.
Connor,
Oh.
you got anything?
I'm gonna go ahead look at something.
I was gonna read a question in the chat, but I realized.
Yeah.
If there was any questions, like if there were any
Oh, no,
questions
this
to me
one
or
is
anything,
gonna
I
be
could.
unbelievable.
This one, I don't know if you want to hear it.
Eesh.
Since
Spit
somebody
it,
said-
spit it out.
This one's consenting.
Okay, we'll just.
No. Hold on. Somebody said there was a question in the chat, but they said it could not be read. Why not?
I'm gonna just DM it to you.
See if you're okay with it.
I mean, I don't mind answering it. If it's a question to me, I don't mind answering it.
Oh no, it's a question that it should be definitely consented to.
Yeah.
No, I
definitely.
don't mind answering questions. I don't mind. There are certain questions I won't cross the line on.
Okay,
But just depending on the question, just read it to me.
I'm not reading that out loud. See,
Dude,
I'll blur myself.
It's
You want me
fine.
to read it out loud?
No, we
I don't-
we are not reading it out loud. Check your DMs.
All right.
Okay, I already
give me one
know what it
moment.
said
All right,
already.
hold on, Near. We will be. We are going to mute. We will be right back. All right, we are back.
All right.
And we reviewed the question. And Connor, go ahead and say the question and ask it to Shadow.
I see a question
Actually,
in
I'll
chat.
say it myself since I don't think Connor's pretty comfortable with that question.
Yeah.
So-
I was reading trash. Or trash.
This was a question by chat and only chat. I would never say this on my own. Are you a freak?
Well, no, I'm not a freak. I'm just crazy. That's the thing.
All right. Well,
just-
we're not going
So
into more
define,
detail about that.
Define like crazy for us, cause.
Crazy, it's like I have times where people are gonna ask me, do I go through therapy? Do I go through any of that? Yes, I do. I do have times where I do talk to my therapist. I do talk to him, and I've been having this issue where like I laugh crazily, but I don't do it if anyone is near me. I do it if I'm in my room. Like nobody invades my privacy. Like nobody is like I am very full on annoyed of my privacy. Like I have my door locked, and the only way I let people in is if someone is I can trust with like if I could trust someone with my life.
All right,
that kind of
I think
second. That kind of time.
All right.
So,
The
I think we have another question that we did.
Only JS cancel thing, and we actually pre-recorded it, but we deleted the footage. on
But we
accident,
did. We decided not to post it. So.
So we'll just put out the. Should we put out the full opinion here?
Well,
or
let's
should we
just.
cancel it?
We'll just give a quick abbreviation.
All right. So who wants to do the whole thing? And then we'll have the guests say what they think. Then we'll see what we think, and then let's wrap it up.
All right, I'll do
I'll
the
say-
abbreviation, or I'll say the abbreviation for I'd say most of us. So I would say that the only JS fan situation is pretty screwed up in the ways of how she handled it. She attacked her own community. She preaches about equality and everything like this, then pulls out these really underhanded statements, literally out of nowhere. And I think most of the community was
I'm gonna go
affected
ahead
by it.
and moderate chat quickly.
So personally, I think that the situation is pretty screwed up in the way what was happened, and what she has done is definitely not apologetic. Is definitely not apologeticable, and she's tried to make it like these script for everything. The apology, you can't make a script for that. You got to be just straight up. You're sorry or not sorry. In this situation, it looks like she's not sorry at all. She hasn't even posted the apology video. I'm pretty sure, and I don't think she's ever gonna apologize for it. Truly apologize for it.
Calvin and Shadow, do you guys know what she did?
I don't have a clue.
All right,
Not
so-
exactly. If you can explain it, I might be able to interpret it my way.
I think she was getting some hate on Instagram, and
Mm.
so she outlashed. She is a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, and I think she's part of it. And she said the N word and the F slur towards gay people. And
So,
being
what
hypocritical.
race is she? Because that can
she's
she
full-
can be
she's fully
considered.
She's fully, yeah.
No,
she's
no.
white.
I think nobody should be saying racial. I personally think nobody of any race should be saying racial slurs, because it's basically like everybody's going for equality, but if one race is allowed to say this word and the other one's not, that's kind of putting the whole equality.
That's
thing out the window.
racism. That's literally
Yeah.
racism at its finest.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you try to say something that brings down another race, even if it doesn't have any, let's say it doesn't have any past behind. Like I've seen people say male monkey before, stuff like that, and I think people act like, haha, it's a joke, haha, it's funny, haha, we're being racist towards a white person. Like I'm not white myself, so I could really care less or about this comment because it doesn't affect me personally, but I think that it's pretty fucked up that people are trying to normalize racism towards another race because they haven't had, hundreds of years worth of it. Like, I would say that's pretty fucked up what happened with the slaves. That's in the 1700s.
Exactly. Like we can't
Even-
like we can't help the we can't even help the victims nor their families now because that was like what 3,000 years ago or whatever that was.
Yeah, and people, or I'd
Not
say,
3,000, I mean
3,000
300.
years ago.
I would say mainly
Apologies,
the alt
apologies. Like
community,
300
but, like,
years,
the alt
300 years.
community
I
of POC.
apologize.
Yeah, I would say mainly all community of POC try to make it out. Try to make it out that they cannot be racist themselves because they have been systematically oppressed, which doesn't make sense. That's not what racism means, nor what it means in the dictionary. If you look up a dictionary, it means, what is it? I don't fucking know. I don't know the exact dictionary.
But
off my
what
head.
word I can look it up? What word I can look it
It's
up?
just racism.
Or be offensive toward a
Racist?
or-
Yeah, bias or prejudice
Hey.
against the race.
Hey, can we hold this topic quickly? We have a question in chat. So, Calvin, this one's for you.
Yeah.
So somebody asked, why can we hear the air moving in Calvin's room?
Yeah,
Or
Because
my
my
in
quality so
computer
bad.
is like the loudest thing in the world. It's like
Get your jet engine.
it's okay. I'm sorry. I took part of the plane. I'm sorry.
Hey, whoa, hey, yo,
Hey,
yo.
whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Hey,
yo.
hey,
Yo,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to
FBI,
report you. We're gonna have to
FBI.
report you for that one.
He right here.
Hey man,
I'm sorry.
so we just
I'm
arrested
sorry.
a criminal on camera.
What's
Nah, we're just joking.
Okay, I do have that definition. I do have that definition. So it means prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on their basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is minority or marginalized. In quotes, a program to combat racism.
So, I would say that systematic racism and actual racism are different. Systematic
How so?
racism is what like this. I would say it's kind of what this. So like in the past, slaves were normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would usually call them slurs on the normal. You would, I don't know what a slave did in the past because I wasn't one nor had it owned any slaves.
So you was like,
Yeah. So I haven't owned a slave in the past, but you could see how like this race is passed on for years with like Rosa Parks, MLK, these huge movements. I would call that systematic racism because it's in the system that you're normally racist towards this race, and it's happened for I would say hundreds of years, but in today's age, oh my Jesus Christ! In today's age, I think it's pretty what is it? I think that I don't see it anymore as much, except for usually like in more country areas that are more secluded from the main public, so they usually don't hop on like to these trends most of the time. And that's usually where you see it, but an actual racism is calling someone like a male monkey or someone like that, like a salt shaker. Salt shaker, the N-word, that's real racism, where you're actually like...
I've never heard that one, Rufus. So.
Yeah, I asked them.
You know what?
Salt shaker?
I've heard the whole list. I've heard a lot. And it's like it's in these comment sections that I think that people just like, I don't know, they support it, but it's kind of screwed up to support it, because if I called someone I can't say it myself. I'm gonna get canceled if I say it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I say anything about that,
So,
but let's just say like
go ahead, and then we're gonna do this last question.
I would say that these words try to implement the same amount of the same amount of hate that these words implemented in the past, and I don't think that's gonna help anything in the future, nor gonna solve anything.
Yeah.
So, last question to wrap this up is, somebody in the chat said, ask Shadow if he wants to date Corpse.
Kind of a random question, but I mean, shit. I don't know. Like, to be honest, like, if people were to try and figure out if I was gay or not, I mean, like, if I was, then yes. But if not, I would still not be able to answer that.
Alright, so that is, how long is that? That is
63 minutes.
Yes.
It's an hour and 11 minutes. So, yeah, so, anybody want to say anything to close off?
No, I'm good.
Alright,
I mean,
Except for that.
I'm gonna
Shadow
cry
or
myself to
Calvin?
sleep.
this was a great time to like sit down and talk about these kind of things, and yeah, I do want to maybe do this more often with you guys, because getting to connect on like different kind of topics like this is a good idea. But yeah, I would be down to do this again.
Yeah, we would like to have you back one time. Alright, well, Calvin,
just
you want to say
warn me.
anything?
Yeah, I'd like to be back too, but just warn me like a lot ahead of time so I can just keep up with the news or something.
Yeah, that was our bad. Alright, well,
Okay.
I'm your co-host, Slangy7, and alternatively, and our guest, Shadow and Father Elias. Thank you for tuning in.
Find us on Twitter, whatever. You could find us on anywhere. Just search up Daily Scope. You'll probably find us in the first place.
check our
Hotmail.com.
YouTube description for our link tree with our Discord, all of our socials. Be on the lookout for episodes. We'll have episodes every once in a while. Live stream every Sunday, and yeah. Anybody want to say anything else?
All I can say is all great, and those were all great questions and great topics we did to go over today. They were great topics and stuff to go over.
Yeah, go check out Shadowlinks Gaming on TikTok and YouTube. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning
All
in.
right. Thank you.